Hello and good evening. So today we are going to go to a very huge topic, which is the UML data diagram set. So it's a quite lengthy one, but I'll make it very short because most of the diagrams, most of the parts is actually covered in your earlier topics. But once again, just I won't keep all the diagrams together in one slide, so I have included everything here. But I'll be stopping and into some slide and explaining that most because those are the important for this module. The rest is for your information. Okay, so let's look for UML 2.0. So learning outcomes like building blocks of UML, what is the structures, behavioral things, grouping things, relationships, what are the different types of diagrams in UML, and extension mechanism, and of course from the UML to simple Java programs or object-oriented programs. But in this module, actually, we are not covering the coding part, but from diagram to code, this is the life cycle of. So basically, UML is a standard language for specifying. Specifying means telling very specifically what need to be included in a software. Visualizing means to show visually to the eyes, to show it to the customers what will be our final product look like. Construct and of course building, documenting, write it down in tables, diagrams, descriptions, and business model. And of course, because these customers, businesses, they have some logic, the conditions which we have to include in the software. Communication, of course, is a plenty of discussions we need before we finalize. So users, use case diagrams, what users function they do. Designers, they use the class diagram to build the skeleton of the application. Analyzers look for the process. Looks. So when it comes to the UML, there are few things you have to keep in your mind. First, the things like if I give a case study, read the case study and identify what are the things like citizen, people, users, customers, what are things included, and what are the relationship, how these things work with each other, and of course, diagrams we are going to look into. So basically, four types: structural things, look for class interface collaborations; behavioral things, group in structures. Structures start with nouns. Noun means the name, name of a person, name of a place. So mostly static parts, right? We are going to walk into it here. Just say I have a structure called professor. Professor is a name of a person, not individual, but some person who go and teach in the classes. We have name, employee ID uniquely for every person. We give unique ID. Whether we have 20 professors, each professor will have a unique number, right? Then higher that means when he joined the college, status, discipline, those things, and some functions we do. These functions, or in Java, what we call these methods, we have open close brackets. So whenever we see open close bracket means that is a method, and the sign plus sign means it's a public, minus sign means it's a private. So I have a function called submit final grade, and these four functions are included in the use case diagram. See here, create, save, delete, change, those are functions. Attributes are name and employee ID. Name the class. So professor, right, can be object represented in rectangles. Mostly we use, and interface. So a shape which be a common type is a tube or pyramid or cube. It can be all these types of shapes. Or in short, this called how the inheritance table. Those are type of, because tube is a type of shape, pyramid is a type of shape, cube is a type, right? So the same goes here. Interface represents structural things with collaboration of others. These theoretical parts like login is a collaborative work with other functions, because some functions only we can struct classes. So this is the component diagram. So I'm going to skip this part because we don't include in this module the component diagram, artifact component diagram. Okay, when it comes to the behaviors, structural we have nouns, but when it comes to behaviors we have verbs. Verb means activities, the task we use. Okay, like a person is eating, it's activity, drinking, running, doing. So all of those are activities. Like in computer science softwares, some activities, some tasks, some functions becomes verbs. Right, along with that we have interaction means set of objects, or maybe object will change some state, like a student is object, but throughout the life cycle of a student, he or she can have different states. Like a student can be active student, or when he finish 3 year degree program, he become a completed student or a graduate. When maybe due to some behavior issues, he can be suspended. So we have different states of a student, but in different states, he could have different user rights. Like a suspended student cannot log into the system. Maybe his login will be also deactivated. So in when we design the systems, very important, we have to keep everything in mind. And of course these activities comes with some sequence, so we should have a sequence messages. In this sequence activity we call the term messages means we are not sending message, but the term message means we are calling a function from one actor to another actor. He is calling a function. He is asking, okay, can you please play or execute this function, like that. For example, display. There is a function called display. A actor will ask, okay, please call display function. So what inside we write the code of the display function will be now. So interaction diagram shows an interactions. Basically, we have two interaction diagram. One is the collaboration diagram and another one is sequence diagram. But in this module, we are not going to go with the collaboration diagram. We are just going to add with the sequence. A sequence diagram has a set of activities. Hello. All right. So a sequence diagram is a set of activities that we are going to, okay, a set of activities that a communication or like collaboration diagram, some call it, but I go communication diagram. I'll skip that part. And this is the Java one. You can see there's a client. The actor calling the greeting class with the object called hello. Hello is the object. What is the function name? Greet. String means the message. It can be good evening, hello, good morning, any kind of greetings. So when you come to the application in public static void main, I'm create an object called hello with the greeting class. See, greeting space hello equal to new greeting, and hello dot I'm calling the function called greet, and in bracket I'm passing a string called hello world. Later it will be printed on the. So that's how from Java to design or design to Java that takes place. Then we have state machines which change in activities. Then group in things. Group in things means package in or grouping. Okay, so like if it's a HR system, also we have payroll for salary, recruitment. Like we have several group of activities. We call packages. So we create those packages for us. Then becomes the relationships. Relationship we have association, dependency, generalization, realizations. We have covered this in another topic also. And keep in mind the inheritance to have this kind of triangle hello block to be used from child to the parent. Association is the normal type plus to another ones. So this is the example of that. And an association, a general link can be association from one. Aggregation means a special form of association, but that come with the whole part one. Let's say for example, student to schedule, right? So student get the schedule of his class. It's a combination of different other. Compulsion is just a extreme form of aggregation. Recursive association means from the class to class itself, like course has a other course. Like let's say for example for Java, maybe some colleges we have, in order to study Java you have to finish the design, the whole design one, prerequisite that also come along with it. So like in this case, like just say a manager is also a staff, but the manager will manage other stuff, right? So from one class to another class we have. So these are the different associations, compositions, and all of those things running from another class. Then we have dependencies. Here, this is the hello world with the Java one. So which we are not going to cover here. Maybe in another module you already, or you next time learn this. Generalization or a common one. Generalization of engineers or managers, like this is the common class. This is the single inheritance. Like this is the multi inheritance inherited, so we can use the parent class all the methods in the child class, so we don't have to write it in parent and child to repeatedly. So duplicate codes we can just avoid, and we can reuse one function. Is the realization one classifier serve as the contract of the other. This is the example diagrams of UML. There are a lot of diagrams which are going to go. But I think in this module I'll be teaching one more diagram called activity diagram. Maybe not included in your assignment, but for your exam, I think that. Now see, this is a set of diagrams. Okay, we have like sequence, collaboration, deployment, component, state diagrams, class diagram used. We have several types of. So a model is just a description, right? So we have different. So UML 2.0, we have third. See here, these 13 diagrams are grouped into three categories. Structural diagrams, we have deployment, component, object diagram, structure diagram, package diagram, and class. And behavioral, we have activity diagram, state machine, use case. Interaction, we have sequence, interaction, communicant, timings. So I have actually selected structural diagram, class. Behavioral diagram I selected use case. Interaction I selected sequence. So actually we have touched three categories of UML 2.0 diagram in this. So class diagram sets like here, classes, how it relates. So a simple sales order example, customer given order, client taking the order, record all of those things. This is a class diagram of your sales example. So in your assignment also there's a class diagram which you need to draw. Something look like this, maybe different, but the logic is some. This is the effects of the changes of class diagrams. We are adding an airplane to the vehicle class because in the software we need to add more functions. Like after release of 1 year, customers say, hey, I have a new business function operated now, a new service given to customer. Can you please add that function to the software? Of course, we have to bring changes. Like that, we had also. These are the component diagrams. So you can read example of component diagram to deploy it. Actually is not important for us. Sequence diagram we have already covered it, but and difference between sequence and collaboration. A state machine is the one that I was talking about because one object may have different states. This is the state chart activity diagram. So this one I'll be teaching you a little in detail later. So but here I'm going to explain a little bit. Activity diagram, we have two circles, one at the top, one at the bottom. Alright, this is the initial start, then select the site, then do something. But the condition, we have the diamond one. This is the decision. If yes, true or no, then like just take two arrows and split it. If I again want to combine it, use this concurrent join and do it. And the finish one, we have the circle with the outer line. So it shows the activities of these diagrams. It looks very similar to sequence one, but but this one basically focus on the condition of UML, stereotypes, tag values. So that's fast, but read on to this if you want to make your diagrams more. So semantics of UMLs, those are the meanings of that. Sometimes we do keep it very comprehensive for anyone who should understand this. Modeling techniques, use nodes, modeling building blocks, set property. This is the Java. I'm using a paint function to paint a message with a Java applet. Applets are applications that run on your browsers. Like this is the abstract. This is the mechanism or the functions they are running and they are composed.